Hello friends, today we discuss cell production, meiosis. The production of offspring by sexual reproduction includes the fusion of two gametes, each with a complete haploid set of chromosomes. Gametes are formed from specialized diploid cells, the specialized kinds of cell division that reduces the chromosome numbers by half results in the production of haploid daughter cells. This kind of division is called meiosis. Meiosis ensures the production of haploid phase in the life cycle of sexually reproducing organism, whereas fertilization restores the diploid phase. We come across meiosis during gametogenesis in plants and animals. Process of meiosis takes place in two phases. First phase is the reduction division or heterotypic division, and second phase is the simple mitosis or homeotypic division or meiosis second. Now first of all, prophase first. During prophase first, the nucleolus will disappear, the nuclear envelope will break down and the chromatin will condense into visible chromosomes as the spindle apparatus begins to form. Homologous chromosomes will pair up in a process called synapsis. Crossing over can occur that involves breaks in each of the paired chromosomes, which then can rejoin with the opposite homologous chromosomes. This is the longest phase and has 5 substages like as leptotin, zygotin, pachytene, diplotin and diakinesis. Leptotin is the first substage of prophase first. The chromosomes appear within the nuclear envelope, however, they are not yet fully condensed. Each chromosome is a thin thread of DNA along which clearly defined beads of local coiling known as chromomeres can be seen. The chromosomes, while they have this thread-like form, are called chromonemata. Chromonemata is a plural word, while singular is a chromonema. The chromosomes appear single because the sister chromatids are still so tightly bound to each other that they can't be separately seen. During this stage, both telomeres of each chromosome are turned toward and probably attached to the same region of the nuclear envelope. Leptotin is also known as leptonema and as the bucket stage because all the telomeres tend to contact the nuclear envelope in one spot so that the looped chromosomes balloon out from the point like flower petals. Now zygotin. The homologous chromosomes begins to unite or synapse by coming into approximate alignment. The fused homologues looks like single chromosome under the light microscope, but that are actually double. The interface where two homologues unite is called a synaptonormal complex, which can be seen under an electron microscope. Zygotin is also known as zygonema. Once the homolog pairs synapse, they are called tetrads or bivalents. Pachytene. The two sister chromatids of each chromosome separates from each other. This makes the chromosomes look very thicker. Homologs are still paired at this point. Pachytene is also known as pachynema. Non-sister chromatids remain in contact throughout pachytene and a kind of localized breakage of the DNA occurs, which is followed by exchanges of DNA between them, and this process is called crossing over. Now diplotin. At the beginning of this stage, each chromatid of each chromosome is still fused to a chromatid of that chromosome's homologue, they now begin to separate from each other as they are still connected by two strands of DNA at each of the points where exchanges took place. They cannot separate completely. At each such crossover site, the two strands form an X-shaped structure called a chiasma or chiasmata. The chiasmata then begin move towards the end of the chromatids, and this process of sliding towards the end is known as terminalization. Diploteny is also known as diplonyma. This is the last stage of prophase first. The nucleolus disappears and terminalization reaches up to completion. The chromosomes coil tightly and so become shorter and thicker. The nuclear envelope begins to disappear. The centrosomes reach to the poles. Now next is metaphase first. In metaphase first, crossing over is completed after prophase first. The tetrads move to the metaphase plate that is halfway between the two poles of the cell. The spindle fibers attach to the centromeres of each chromosome. Both kinetochores of each sister chromatid pair are turned toward the same pole. As a result, both kinetochores attach to spindle fibers from the same pole, and this is a major difference between the metaphase of mitosis and meiosis first. This leads to the separation of the chromosome pair during the next phase. Anaphase first, the cell begins to lengthen. The chromosome pairs separate and move toward opposite poles, unlike in mitosis where the sister chromatids of each homologue separates and move towards opposite poles. Here the chromatids remain together as one complete replicated chromosome. The separation of the homologous chromosomes to reach the opposite poles is called disjunction. Now telophase first, a haploid set of chromosomes that has two sister chromatids now is at both the poles. The chromosomes uncoil and form chromatin network. The nuclear membrane reappears. A cleavage furrow appears, and by the end of this stage and at the parent cell divides into two daughter cells. This separation of the cytoplasm is called cytokinesis. In some organisms, nuclear envelopes appear briefly at this point, but in other the daughter cells begin immediately to prepare for the second meiotic division. Now meiotic division second started from prophase second. Prophase second begins with two daughter cells produced by the first meiotic division. The chromosomes are condensed. The nuclear envelopes begins to break down. The centrosomes have replicated and are moving towards the poles. Each chromosome consists of two distinct chromatids attached to a single centromere. Now metaphase second. In metaphase second, the spindle is completed and draws the chromosomes to the metaphase plate. Here, unlike metaphase first, the two kinetochores of each centromere bind to spindle fibers from opposite poles as in mitotic metaphase, and the chromosomes show crossovers. Now anaphase second. During this stage, sister chromatids of each chromosome separates and move towards opposite poles. Once they are separated, the chromatids are now called unreplicated chromosomes. These chromosomes are dragged along by the spindle apparatus. Their arms can be seen dragging along behind so that the chromosomes form V shapes. The pole themselves move further apart as the cell lengthens. Now telophase second. During telophase second, the chromosomes reach to opposite poles and uncoil. The nuclear envelopes forms, and this is then followed by cytoplasmic division, and the process of meiosis is now completed. Now types of meiosis. There are three types of meiosis: gametic meiosis, zygotic meiosis and sporic meiosis. First, gametic meiosis. Gametic meiosis occurs in the gametangia. Vegetative phases are diploid. Gametes are the only haploid cells. Characteristic of the most animals is gametic meiosis. This is the family life cycle type and commonly found in animals. It is not very common in algae or fungi and never found in bryophytes or vascular plants. Zygotic meiosis occurs in the zygote, and in this type of meiosis vegetative phases are haploid. Zygote is the only diploid cell, and zygotic meiosis is commonly found in algae and fungi. Sporic meiosis occurs in sporangia. In this type of meiosis, haploid spores develop into haploid vegetative stage, that is known as gametophyte generation, and diploid zygote develops into diploid vegetative stage, that is known as sporophytic generation. If the two generations are morphologically similar, the organism is said to have isomorphic alteration of generations. This type is characteristic of some alga and a few fungi. If the two generations are morphologically different, the organism is said to have heteromorphic alteration of generations. And this type is characteristic of some algae or bryophytes and all vascular plants. Now, in the end, significance of cytokinesis. Once the cells are separated, they are individual haploid cells. In some cases, they need to complete their differentiation into the gametes. Significance of meiosis are as it maintains the same chromosome and number in the sexually reproducing organism. From a diploid cell, haploid gametes are produced, which in turn fuse to form a diploid cell. It restricts the multiplication of chromosome number and maintains the stability of the species. Maternal and paternal genes get exchanged during crossing over. It results in variations among the offspring. All the 4 chromatins of a homologous pair of chromosomes segregate and go over separately to 4 different daughter cells, and this leads to variation in the daughter cells genetically. Thank you and have a nice day.